Let's start over here, Ian. Well, I guess the internet has spoken. The internet says that should be a suicide beaver, not a murder beaver. But I didn't name it, so it's not up to me.
Besides, murder beaver rolls off the tongue.
It sure does. Plus, he would be taking out whatever goes across the bridge.
Yeah.
Because the bridge will come down as well.
Yep.
So there's that. Yeah, they planted some trees. Those are new, right?
Yep, I think so. On the bottom level, some landscaping.
I love this part about our job where we get to notice dirt and trees and things like that.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. What else?
Which means only 2 more weeks of doing this update before it actually opens.
Yeah. And then we get to, oh my God.
You get to actually ride the boat.
And then we get to ride the boat and just look at its majesty.
And the train, and the canoe.
And you weren't here last week when I was filming this, but I was asking why they were watering the teepees.
Oh.
Like legit, it was water. It looked like, but I was being told it's most likely some kind of fire retardant.
Yeah, it could be.
It looked like water to me. It could have been, it could have been a water layer, and then they put the stuff on top of that, maybe.
Maybe to wash off, make sure there's nothing underneath.
Yeah. This guy's, he's gonna paint some Disneyland here in a minute. Or maybe not. Let's see. Maybe he's done.
He's going around the back.
Going around the back. All right. The eagle's nest is the same as it was, right? Is it about the same?
Yeah. He's in place.
Eagle's
nesting.
Oh wait, is he? He's not animatronicing, is he?
No, none of these animals move.
Didn't he?
No, he just sat up there.
Okay. Yeah, and the Grudge Boy, I guess, is still under wraps.
Yeah, I imagine those two might just stay covered until they open.
Probably. Well, the dog isn't covered.
No.
There's our path update here on the other side of the island. Got some guys having lunch while they finish building the path. You can see, as Ian has pointed out off camera, right there, those are the bottom steps to stairs. Let's see.
Connecting to where before at the back of Hungry Bear there was an emergency cast member raft. It's only
right.
But
you
now,
can almost, you kind of
just be for everyone to connect.
Yeah, the stairs are leading up to that area you can see up there for the second tier of the Hungry Bear.
Yeah.
You can take him, you can walk him down, and then you can get to the path from that rear part of the Hungry Bear. Looks like definitely more vegetation in, right?
Yeah, seems like it.
More landscaping.
Certainly seems like
The deer appear to be startled by something, Ian. What do you suppose that is?
Could be us.
The Columbia, maybe?
Or that.
There's shots fired right around here.
Yeah, you think they'll still do that? Because the route's changed.
As a matter of fact, yes, I do, because when I was doing a Wednesday acoustic from the Picky Friends, the Columbia was going around there testing, and I heard a cannon fire.
Heard the cannon fire?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so the cannon fire should be back. So that's probably what's happening there. I was hoping for more progress, but maybe they're just done, right?
This section may be largely finished. The greenery needs to grow in, but that's not something they can speed up.
It's going to be a couple years for that.
Well, the smaller stuff will grow in less time, but the trees will take longer to fill out.
And there's more trees along that line back there as well. As
well as behind the bridge to our left.
Yeah.
You're not going to get good shots.
Ian just asked me if there's going to be a new train spiel, and at first I'm like, no, I don't think so. But then the track turns in a different way than it did before.
And it passes different scenery, so they may comment on like Big Thunder Mountain or something.
Well, the scenery that you're passing is typically what they're talking about is the scenery on your right, not on your left.
But even now, when on your right, you'll see different stuff, right? Because when you pass the village, you'll be able to see the village. You're going to go past Big Thunder Mountain, you'll be able to see that.
That's true.
Which means, because I don't know if the guy who is that guy still alive. They may need for the train.
Yeah, maybe call Paul Freeze. Is he available? No? No, okay.
May their go-to Paul Freeze, mimicker, Corey Burton.
Oh, is that who that is?
That's who does it in Haunted Mansion Holiday. That's Corey Burton.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but you got to figure that we're going to get. By the way, do you think there's any chance that we'll get Rainbow Caverns in the tunnel at all?
I'm not sure if that tunnel is long enough. That's the problem.
Just a little bit. Just a thing.
I would love to. I'm not sure. I remember a while back one of the conductors, mentioned there's a surprise in there, but
Yeah, well, they're going to put something in there, but you're right. It's not a very long tunnel.
Yeah, so I don't know how much they can actually do in there while it's making it sufficiently dark.
That's true, yeah. Fresh Baked, what's happening? We're atop the Mickey and Friends parking structure for our weekly Star Wars line update. This is episode 101. We did it. 101. Take that. We just did 100. That was time lapse. I feel like when you watch a time lapse, the time lapse should end with a completed building, but whatever. We're just trying to.
I mean, eventually it will.
Eventually it will,
Unless
but
we give up at some point.
yeah, but here we are. I mean, it looks kind of like the same as it did last week, right? The ceiling is almost done, or the second level, I guess, or ceiling maybe, for whatever that building is.
The forms on the right-hand side of the
They keep putting more forms down. They won't stop.
I mean, I think the point is that building is why their touch will just barely reach the rest of the concrete.
Over here, you mean?
Yeah, the gap is probably just for cast member access.
Oh.
There's the other wall there.
That does make sense.
It might not connect, but the gap will be where cast members come in and out.
Yeah. And there's more forms on the other side of the concrete. It's just weird that they finished so much of the concrete here.
Yeah.
And then they started putting more forms on.
Well, stuff has to be done in phases and stages.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. What are these things down here?
These things.
The gray-looking AT-AT legs.
That's just more steelwork to go into the building.
There's a bunch of it.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Still more internal steelwork to go.
Does it get? I wonder how difficult it is. Like before, it was easy to put things in there because you got the crane, but now there's like less space. It's kind of like when you. What's the word I'm looking for? You have to like you could dig yourself into a corner, or you know what I mean? Like, can they build themselves into a corner where they can't?
Yourself into a corner?
Right. Yeah. Paint. Yeah. Exactly. The painting thing. Like you have to know how you're going to finish. Yeah. So are they getting? Is there a point where they reach that where they built themselves into a corner and they can't?
At the moment, I think
I mean, like, I'd imagine not, because there's like planning and like phases of what
smart people in charge.
They're like, they know this stuff's got to go before this can be closed.
It just looks that way to me.
Not ever gonna go inside.
So long as the ceiling isn't covered, a crane can still lower it.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's all kinds of cross sections going on up there.
Right,
I can
but
see.
as long as it's not covered, a cable and the thing can still be lowered in.
Yeah,
and also
stuff can carefully be guided in with.
Yeah, you just see like a couple guys.
you can also do other rigging
Romy?
and stuff.
Where's our cardboard that says hole?
You know, I forgot to.
It's not cardboard. First
I mean,
of all.
the wooden
Plywood.
plank.
Yeah.
Plywood.
There isn't one. Well, there was, but it said pool on it. But no, I'm just kidding. But there was a new board. You didn't see it on Tom Sawyer's Island. There was a new board. It said PVC. Does anybody know what PVC is?
PVC?
Yeah, PVC.
That's how Mexicans say, hey, it's the PVC pipe.
I'm glad you said that and I didn't.
I'm allowed to say it.
The internet would fire me if I ever said
It's
that.
the PVC pipe. It's where it goes. Right.
Anyway, yeah, I just feel like that would be a difficult, like this part of it is going to be more time consuming. Like they could just throw girders and steel all over the place over there.
Possible some of that room will remain a little more open than the other portions.
Yeah.
And there's not quite as much internal stuff that has to go.
Yeah. I want to know, you know what else I wonder? Like, there's all this stuff they got to put in here. How have they begun, begun building the interiors of the first section of the building yet? Right? No?
They're still doing main structure.
Still just the shell.
What is that
Corn shell.
semicircle right there?
Oh, that's what we call the supercar.
Welcome to the show, Sarah.
So, it was this big
This is why I check out.
I was just going to say, Sarah's here for a Star Wars Land update.
This is where I check out.
Okay, so
Hey, let's take a look at Big Bird over here. There's Big Bird. That's what we're going to call him from now on.
my understanding is the internal use name, I guess code names if you will, for these two attractions.
Yeah.
For Falcon is Big Bird,
Yeah.
and for what we call Battlescape is Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Those are the internal
Because you got to escape from Alcatraz. All right. Well, again, there's not. I mean, we can't see anything from
No,
here.
though driving in, you could tell that building still is covering more of that building.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
just this
Can
angle.
you see that swinging bucket?
Swinging.
A swinging bucket.
Yeah, look at if you follow the silver bead all the way across, like 1, 2, 3, 4 arches and then there's like a white bucket swinging.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Fresh baked. Here is a swinging bucket.
Here, pad is. That's neat. You got walk behind.
Hey, was it last week they were talking about those mobile homes up there?
It was either last week or the week before.
Because the video, we shot a whole bunch of commentary on that, and then I lost it somehow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so see those big old white boxes on top of the battle escape?
Yeah, those are all the general contractors' mobile offices and whatnot.
Right,
So
because
they literally just lift them up there, so they have them up there?
Yeah.
those are actual offices.
Yeah, those are like the mobile home, like
Oh, funny.
1 wide, 2 wide, whatever.
And,
like,
when they're done, they literally just lift them
yeah,
up?
the crane will pick them up and they'll load it onto a truck and they'll move them onto the next job site.
That's so cool. I think that's amazing. Guys, we're just gonna put an office on top of this incomplete building that could collapse at any minute.
Well, I mean,
No, it could collapse at any minute.
Just like
It's all very much peril.
Just like the fun wheel could fall apart.
Yes.
I was thinking about taxes too much. We'll
That's
screw it
right.
Together.
It could happen. Look, I imagine that there's a guy with a sledgehammer could do some serious damage to the bottom side of that from underneath. You know what I mean?
like just hit the bottom right corner. And
Yeah, and it all comes down like a house of cards, man. But anyway, yeah. So there's guys working up there, like in an office. There's a dude with a suit and a tie,
No,
saying,
I don't think anybody in there is wearing a suit.
No.
"Okay, there's a guy with a collared shirt
Yeah,
at
he's
least.
got a collared shirt. for
Collared
sure.
shirt.
Yeah, collared shirt.
Probably not a tie.
Got a bright orange.
What?
He's got on
Short
clean
sleeves,
boots.
not long sleeves.
Clean boots.
Clean boots, short
Yeah.
sleeves, and
Hard hat.
a hard hat. Yeah, and a clipboard.
Clipboards are a thing of the past. It's all iPads now.
Really?
Yeah. Just trying to see iPads in the future.
Construction workers use iPads? Very progressive
yeah,
of
it's
you.
crazy. Yeah, it's,
I mean,
you used to see people walking around with their clipboard pointing their finger. Now it's an iPad and they're pointing their finger at you. You know?
There's this thing.
oh, the
thing.
peak. That
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just part of a mountain peak on top of the Falcon building.
You don't think that serves purpose other than just?
No, I think there doesn't seem much of a volume inside of it. It seems more just.
It could be an antenna. It could be a thing for somebody to have a battle on top of and then fall. Somebody's always falling, Ian. You got to remember that. There's always a place for
Not
a
until they
villain.
get their hand chopped off.
Right. Well, there's probably dozens of ways to get your hand chopped off in here. You know, a droid factory could be inside there. You know,
Where you get a
like-
crazy, hilarious situation where your head's on another droid's body, and it's hysterical, and you're like, oh my goodness,
If you could see the look on my face right now, this look of pure disgust.
machines making machines will shake me down and call me that.
This is why I just can't get behind those movies, man, because that scene was stupid. Okay? That scene is stupid.
You don't think the R2 has jets that have never shown up ever since?
Why does
Only
R2
useful
have
then,
jets?
so-
Actually, no, they did show up a little bit at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, and then they never showed up because we removed.
R2 can fly.
Yeah.
Somebody. What? R2 can't fly.
Maybe
Yeah.
those things got damaged and
Yeah.
they never got repaired. Who knows?
Whose idea was that to let R2 fly? I'd like to know.
Don't ask Pablo Hidalgo. He won't answer. He'll just draw Transformer sketches.
All right, what else is new up here besides the area for the villain to fall off of for redemption? For redemption purposes, mind you, because when he falls, everything will be saved.
Well, while it's not obvious from here, that actual steelwork of that building,
Yeah.
when you're driving on the ground, you can see it actually covers most of the Falcon building now.
Oh, it does it?
Yeah. I don't think it covers all 4 carousels.
Oh, it does, really?
Not-
No, my perspective cannot see that at all.
From the ground, you can see that it's coming a little more forward. But I think because the actual building itself stretches a little.
Oh, you mean
close.
like down
Yeah.
on the street level?
Yeah, I think. Cause
That's what the ground means, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
because when I was driving in this morning, I'm like, ooh, that building's making progress.
Yeah, yeah.
So from what I've seen aerial-wise, there'll be a total of 4 of these
4 carousels, yeah.
with, which will have a bunch of these cockpit simulator pods on.
Okay.
So
All right.
should actually be fairly efficient.
You think so? So not just
It sounds
4
like
4 carousels and then multiple ride vehicles in each carousel?
So which means it probably hopefully won't have to go. The whole ride doesn't necessarily go down if one carousel's not working. Right.
Does it look like everybody's getting into a Millennium Falcon?
I think that's why it's a carousel. So you get that way you can walk up into the cockpit, doors closed, you go for your adventure, and you get off and you walk out. That way there's no weird backup over you, and everyone
Yeah.
entering the same.
Like, because right now my imagination just says I know that's one Millennium Falcon, and what are we gonna do? All sit in a circle,
There's only one.
right?
Can't all be on the Millennium
I
Falcon.
think practically speaking, there will be one more or less complete one that you'll walk on, the queue will go through, and then you'll get off on a second, not full complete, where you'll just walk out the exit.
Oh, okay.
And that also completes the illusion that you physically traveled somewhere else.
Kind of like the
'cause
Haunted
you did.
Mansion.
Yeah, right. You get off at one place, but it works because even better because you got on, you flew somewhere, landed somewhere else, and you walked off in another.
What's more easy to suspend disbelief on? Walking into the Haunted Mansion and believing the entire attraction's in that building, or walking into this Millennium Falcon and believing that you're in the Millennium Falcon.
Depends how well they do it. Make it very easy for you to
get lost
to
in
imagine
that.
that
Yeah.
you are contained in that,
Yeah.
right? Because you walk into wherever the Portrait Gallery, and then as soon as you walk out the hallway, there's windows right there. So you
Yeah.
just, oh, I went here now. There's
Right, the
windows.
windows, right, yeah,
That's where it
yeah.
should be.
But it wasn't raining when you went in there, so.
Yeah, the sun was out, and the sun's never shining down
In
there at
terms
all.
of space,
Yeah.
spatial awareness.
No,
it's close enough that your brain
it's
says,
very
okay,
convincing.
I buy it.
Very convincing. You know what isn't convincing? R2-D2 flight. Just saying. Not
I
convincing.
feel like that's the least of the problems with those movies. If anything, that's a fun thing I can sit back and enjoy and make fun of and not be angry about.
If that's your biggest gripe with those movies, I think you
Came
like
out-
those movies.
It's right factory.
Fresh Baked, I apologize. We just spent like 45 minutes discussing the merits of Attack of the Clones just now, and I've completely lost track of where we were in the show.
We got to calling the building a droid factory and all
The
derailed
droid
from
factory there. Somebody's gonna lose a hand. A guy's
And
gonna
it all
fall.
fell apart from there.
And all fell apart. Yeah.
Point is, I think the big spirey thing is for scenery and
Just
not
scenery.
for
That's a
greater
mountain of
purpose
some
than that.
kind.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, if you look at the concept art, on top of that building is a spirey looking mountain.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
I can't tell if there's supposed to be giant trees or mountains, but it's a mountain.
Where is the Carthay Circle type dining area? do you think?
That's in the area we'll never be able to see from here.
Oh, it's on the other side of
all
it.
all the whole market and dining and shopping area is
Yep.
behind that building. We
Man,
won't
that
be able to
sucks.
See the progress of that.
That really stinks.
That said, I mean, well, you'll get to see a model next week at D23.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The model's gonna be pretty legit, right?
Yeah, I mean, that whole pavilion, I think, is going to be just Star Wars. Because, like, 2 years ago, the whole pavilion was about Shanghai, right?
Oh, that one.
I think this year, that entire Parks and Resorts Imagineering pavilion will just be about Star Wars land.
I could burn a whole roll of film in there.
Yeah. And that's why it'll be interesting to see how much they actually talk about Star Wars at the panel, because they know they'll have the pavilion going into real detail. I think they'll refresh us on a couple and give us a little more details, and then maybe talk about the new Star Tour
Yeah,
scene, and
yeah.
then they'll move on to other stuff.
God, does anybody care about a new Star Tour scene?
It's for Last Jedi, so I care, and I like Star Tours, so eat your heart out.
Yeah, my heart is eaten. All right, I guess that's it. Let's call it. Let's call it with that. D20, guys. This is our last trip report before D23.
And before rumors and Twitter are
Oh
either
my
get
God.
confirmed or silenced.
Hey,
Twitter will be insufferable.
I heard
next
a
Saturday.
rumor.
It will be so insufferable.
I heard a rumor that they're going to announce Marvel Land at D23.
Really? No way.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they announce it at the live-action movie panel and then talk about more
Like they
detail
did
with Star Wars Land. They
Star Wars
technically
Land,
announced
yeah.
it at the end of the live-action
Yeah.
panel and then said, oh, cool, we'll see you again at like 3:30 or 4 to tell you a little more. Kind of, not really, but a
Those
little more.
jerks.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to that one.
No, I would love to be able to see both, but I just
You can't
don't know
do
how
both.
it's possible.
It's not possible.
Not unless you're lucky enough where you happen to be sitting all the way in the back so you can be the first person out to get
Yeah.
back in line. And hope
Unless there's some kind of
Even
VIP
then,
pass
the
you can
line could
get
already be
where you
massively
get to
packed
just
where
sit
you're not
there.
even
Yeah.
able to get in.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest D23 yet.
Yep. All right. Fresh Bake. We'll see you next week. Bye and stuff.
Bye.